The sea has 1,001 ways to end a life.
I didn't feel the time or know how long I'd been in this state. I felt a deep cold.
I knew deep down that this was the end. I started to give up and decided to leave myself to the sea and die. But suddenly, everything began to change. The storm that was there disappeared.
A moment later, I saw a strange blue light approaching me, coming from the deepest part of the ocean.
In that moment, I thought I was dying and starting to hallucinate. Until a creature of very strange shape appeared before me.
Her body is close to a mermaid. A terrifying blue light comes from her whole body.
Her body is full of seaweed and a rare type of black pearl.
I saw the details of the strange horns above her head. I couldn't comprehend that this was real.
Her body is sculpted in a very feminine way, and her skin was all covered in scales.
I couldn't understand if I should be afraid of her and move away, or ask for her help, or what this creature even was.
Although I was terrified inside, she started to get closer and look me in the eye.
It was clear from her expression that she didn't want to harm me and was trying to discover me, just as I was trying to discover her. My friend, I was drowning. I couldn't breathe at all. I felt like my lungs were gonna explode from the pressure. Just before I drowned, she caught me at the last moment, pulling me by my jacket collar, lifting me up with complete calm.
When I calmed down a bit, I saw her getting closer.
Suddenly, in that moment, I felt like she had entered my thoughts.
I was shocked moments later to find that I could breathe normally underwater, just like her. I began to relax. I felt myself moving through the water with ease. After a few minutes, I started to hear,
We have chosen you. From now on, the surface is no longer your home. And you can never leave here again.
Before I could even reply or comprehend what she was saying, she began to pull me down with her into the depths of the sea.
We kept descending for a very long time, until the world around me became dark. There was no...
I understood she was taking me to her world, and I was terrified of the fate I was heading toward.
We stayed like that until the light of the sun vanished completely, and we were in darkness from every direction.
The first time in my life I had ever seen them, or even imagined they exist. They looked like the bioluminescent creatures we see on television.
I couldn't comprehend what was happening around me.
As we descended into the depths, I found a siren queen before me.
And around her, a great number of strange serpentine creatures, as if they were guarding her.
I felt a biting cold, and my blood had frozen in my veins. Suddenly, she approached me and took my hand.
She began to perform a certain ritual that made me feel warmth spread through my body, saving me from death. After a while, we arrived at her kingdom.
I found a whole city around me. Black coral covered all the buildings, and of course there were sea creatures. The strangest thing was a sound coming from it, close to the sound of a heartbeat, as if the building were a living being. She held me by the hand, and we entered the palace together.
Welcome, Ahmd-Ai.
We entered through the palace gate together, and she kept holding my hand, trying to calm me so I could bear the shock I was in.
Of course, all the beings inside the palace were under her command, greeting her and welcoming her as soon as she entered.
I also saw other beings that looked like crustaceans and sea crabs, and at the same time,
All of them, without exception, offered her a special kind of greeting and respected her greatly, while at the same moment,
Why?
Please, why me?
You were chosen because you are weak, yet resilient. Because you are different from the others, and you possess something I need. You are the one who can solve our problem.
The prophecy foretold your arrival. You are the vessel, the sacrifice.
My people can no longer adapt to the chaotic environment around us. They reject any change.
A great many of them have died, and soon we will all be extinct.
I had to act before that happened, to protect my people from extinction. And when I researched you thoroughly,
Your sacrifice is necessary for our survival.
I am the last of the sovereigns in this kingdom.
If we remain in this state, nothing will be left.
The kingdom will be destroyed forever, and all the sea creatures here will die. That's why I need a new beginning.
At that moment, my mind was racing, and I couldn't comprehend what she was saying.
certain I would never leave this place alive. Everything had changed from the moment I saw her and she saved my life. I wished it hadn't happened.
I need a new generation from you. And of course, they won't be weak like you. They will take all my abilities. They will be the future of the entire planet. A mix between humans and our race. They will combine...
She showed me terrifying creatures circling her from every direction, their eyes glowing with red light.
When I thought about all her words, I knew this wasn't a choice. My body began to tremble with fear and terror.
After she finished speaking, she ordered the guards to take me.
They dragged me by force and threw me into a very strange room. The ground was sandy and very soft, surrounded by coral reefs everywhere. It gave off a heat that warmed the whole...
I remained in this state for a long time. I remained in this state for a long time, and days and nights.
They would bring me a tray full of food, but I didn't even know what kind of food it was. But I had to eat because I was hungry. With time, I felt that I was changing. I was no longer a normal person like before.
After a while, I discovered I wasn't just changing on the inside. Strange things started to appear on my body from the outside. I found that my skin had become transparent, and I could see everything underneath it. My veins were visible.
A few days later, I felt my eyes had also changed. I could now see in the darkness and adapt to it normally.
I was no longer a normal human. My whole body's shape had changed and
Even my fingernails grew long and had a strange color. All the hair on my body fell out, and I became...
I discovered I hadn't become exactly like them, but something between human and them.
I continued to live in a terrible silence for months.
Because the whole world is noisy. Even if I was silent, I could hear the sound of cars, the wind, the noise of people in the streets, and these simple things.
I wish to hear just one person's voice, at least to ease the loneliness I was feeling.
The only sound in my ears was the beat of my own heart. I feel that my heartbeat has become much slower than before.
Every so often, I would hear the same melody I heard.
After a few months, I began to hear her voice speaking to me without seeing her, reminding me of what she told me the first time.
I discovered from her words that she had imprisoned me all this time to prepare me.
To ready my body for...
My human life has completely ended, and my form as a human.
I started to focus on all the changes that have happened to me, and the things I can now do with great ease. And with all that was happening, I always remembered my old life, my memories from childhood until I became a young man. I can't forget all that.
And accept this strange situation I'm in. From being locked up alone for so long, I no longer feel the time or know how long I've been here.
I surrendered to this place, and to the strange food I'm forced to eat every day. And to the form that has become like a monster's. I found a strange...
I tried to fill my free time with anything to occupy me, until one day, the guards came in for me.
And the strange thing is, they treated me very well, and asked me.
And so I came with them calmly. For the first time, I was moving easily in the water, seeing everything. Moreover, I no longer had any trouble breathing, and I felt no fear or terror. And the more...
All the people of the kingdom were standing around a pool of water, and everyone was looking at me.
Your body is now ready and prepared for everything that will happen. Everything is truly set, and this... And I knew they were all waiting for me. She approached me very quickly, asked everyone to be complete...
Until I reached a strange cave.
I don't want you to worry at all, or think about anything. Submit to the reality, because that will be better. I felt the water was very pleasant, neither cold nor got. Afterwards...
She approached me again and asked me to enter the pool of water. And I truly submitted to the reality and got in with all calmness.
I didn't feel any pain, and I began to see strange images before me. I knew, she told me, we were on this planet before humanity, when the planet was still all fire and had no forms of life.
And we were fleeing from the silence, for it was devouring our sea creatures.
And at that moment, I was seeing...
Her power was immense, beautiful and terrifying.
In those few minutes I stood there, I saw their entire lives. I was amazed and shocked at the same time.
I learned they had been through countless wars and lost things no one could bear to lose, things my mind could barely comprehend.
I also learned that she wasn't just the last queen, but the last guardian of her people.
All she has left is this final attempt she's trying to make. That's why she is willing to do anything for this attempt to succeed.
Through her, I saw the entire universe in all its detail.
She doesn't just want to ensure her people won't go extinct. She wants to create soldiers, a complete army she can fight with.
After all I had seen and learned, I couldn't stop her or prevent what she was planning.
Suddenly, she made me see my entire life, from the moment I was a child until I came here, right before my eyes.
Relief. I knew this was the last time I would remember my human life, so I tried to say goodbye to it as best I could.
And then, A very large spark of energy appeared before me.
After a while, I woke up and found myself in my cell again, alone as usual. My body was extremely exhausted and tired.
And I discovered that I had changed completely. My form was totally transformed. I remained alone for a very long time, afraid that after all that, the ritual had failed.
For days, maybe weeks, there was no answer. They left me to my thoughts.
No one reassured me. No one tried to help me in this strange situation I was in.
Then one day, the guards entered again. But this time was different. Completely different. They saluted me with the same reverence they show the Queen.
They led me to the hall. And soon after, the Queen entered. I saw that she was pregnant. For the first time, strange energy drew her. I wasn't afraid.
It would have a power no one has ever possessed. No one would be able to stand against it. I realized it was time for her to give birth, and that I had to be with her. The entire kingdom was waiting impatiently for the news. And so, she began.
And from her body emerged several huge, strange eggs, like stones. An energy.
When I counted them, I saw there were 7. They were to rule the world. What will they look like? I began to imagine strange shapes, terrifying beasts.
And then came the shock. All the eggs broke open, and from them emerged complete, healthy human children.
But none of them knew the nightmare they were born into, the monstrous future that awaited them.
I couldn't comprehend how they looked so normal. I looked at the Queen, completely stunned.
For the first time, she approached me calmly and told me,
I don't understand anything that has happened either, and surely something is wrong. I am not going to survive, neither I nor anyone of my lineage. I have already lost my war. I am not going to survive, neither I nor anyone of my lineage. I have already lost my war. Everything I did with you was not to preserve my lineage, as I told you. I did this only to preserve humans.
And to ensure they will continue to exist forever and not become extinct. And these 7 children are very... And to ensure they will continue to exist forever and not become extinct. And these 7 children are very... Who will repopulate the universe anew. These children will be able to live in the deepest part of the sea These children will be able to live in the deepest part of the sea in a safe place until the destruction ends.
And now you know your sacrifice truly begins. All that is required of you is to care for your children, preserve them, protect them, and teach them everything about humanity.
I accept this burden, my queen. I will protect them.
In the end, I understood that my ship sank for a specific purpose, and that nothing happens by chance.
It was my destiny to meet this queen.
To be put in this situation, and to sacrifice to save humanity.
Transformed by fate, my solemn duty is clear. They must survive the darkness. And now, I am the father.
And I must take care of my children.
And I must take care of my children.
and stay with them, no matter what.
If you found this video helpful, please remember to like and subscribe for more content like this every week.
If you like the content, don't forget to like the video. إن شاء الله صار هوا يعني في نقط شباب ونصلف معتين الفرتسي ما عندك مش بيبسيان.
All covers have us and subscribe to the chat channel so you get everything new.
Thanks so much for watching. Please take a moment to like the video and subscribe to the channel before you go.